What's up you guys, it's Eval, and today I'm gonna share with you guys what's in my camera bag. Hopefully if you're a videographer, you can see this video and maybe get inspired, maybe realize you need some things, or maybe decide that I'm carrying too many things, and you can drop in the comments and let us know what you have in your camera bag. Alright you guys, so I don't really like to carry too many things, so this is my camera bag right here. It's a Power Extra camera bag. I found it on Amazon. It's actually pretty small compared to most bags I've seen, and even compared to most backpacks. So starting off right away, first thing I definitely always have with me is going to be my Sony A7C. I have it wrapped right here with some gaffer's tape. That's something that you definitely want to make sure you're carrying just in case you ever need it. So better to be caught with it than without it. As far as camera, this is my go-to right now. This is the Sony A7C. I have my Zeiss 55mm lens on it. That's actually my favorite camera lens. And to be honest, this has been my favorite camera I've used so far. I've owned a Sony a6000, a Sony a6400, a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, and this Sony a7C has been my favorite out of all of those. Alright you guys, and because obviously I shoot a lot of music videos, you're gonna need a speaker with you. The artists I work with don't always have speakers with them, and it's always definitely good to bring your own just in case. Because this is such a small bag, I always have a JBL Flip 5 with me. So this JBL has done me a lot of good. This is actually the second flip I've had. I had to buy a second one. I forgot the first one somewhere, so I did end up buying a second one. I was very happy with the first one. So this is a JBL Flip 5. It fits right here inside the bag, but the bag also has some like water bottle compartments that the JBL speaker fits into as well. So sometimes if I'm running and gunning, walking around, it's actually very easy for me to carry this in the bag. Next up, down here under the speaker, I actually carry a portable charger. You never know when people are going to need to charge their phone or anything like that. We go into all different types of places. We're doing a lot of run and gun shooting, so people's phones are going to run out of battery, and having one of these is just a good idea overall. This is a RAV Power. It's actually one of their larger ones. I've had this for a couple years now, and it's done me very well. And to go along with it, I have this USB-A on one end to a triple split on the other end. So if you guys see this right here, we actually have micro USB, Lightning for iPhones, and USB-C, all on the same cable. So it splits 3 ways. Very convenient to have if you ever need to share your charger with anybody. Next up, I have this air blower right here. I highly recommend any photographers or videographers have one of these in their bags. If your camera lens ever gets dusty, you can really quickly just take this out and spray some air into it. That works for dust, or for example, the other day I was filming with Nitty Gritty. It started raining outside, and even though we got a lot of water on the camera lens, I could just pull this out and push all the water off of the lens without actually having to touch it. So I didn't have to bring out a microfiber cleaning cloth or anything like that. I could literally just use this to get all the water off of the lens. So I highly recommend you get one of these air blowers to keep your camera lens safe. Under the air blower, this actually goes along with something that's not in this camera bag right now. This is actually a very small tripod foot. So this I actually connect to my Zion Crane V2. That's my gimbal stabilizer. It does not have its own, so I bought this separately from Newer, and I connect that onto the bottom, and I can make sure I stand things up. Now towards the bottom of the bag, I did actually have to take some of this out earlier, but I have my light batteries. So these batteries go with the lights I carry around. This is just 2 of them. The actual light I'm using right now that's connected right there behind me is actually using my 3rd battery that I typically carry in the bag. So it's always good to have spares, and always make sure you charge your stuff before you go out filming. Down here in this pocket, I actually have 2 of these. These are gonna be these slap bracelet lights from Spiffy. And if you ever need to sneak some lights into any location, these will work for that as well. They're RGB. You can change their colors. And they work really well for small lighting purposes. They're also slap bands if you ever need anything interesting. These I don't use quite as frequently, but they're definitely good to have. Now, if I'm gonna go ahead and flip my camera bag around so that you guys can see. So maybe I started backwards, but we're gonna come back up to the top of the camera bag. This is the outer pockets, or I should say the inner pockets. 2 things I carry here at the top, extremely mandatory. These are my K&F Concepts ND filters for my 2 lenses that I use right now on my Sony A7C. So I'll go ahead and show you these. For those of you that are more experienced videographers, you've definitely already seen ND filters before. For those of you that are newer or who come from photography backgrounds, you might not be familiar with neutral density filters. Think about it as sunglasses for your camera. So if I go ahead and spin this, you may or may not be able to tell in camera that it actually gets darker and lighter as you spin. So for those of you that do photography, you know that if it's too bright outside, you can just increase your shutter speed. That's something you can do when you're taking photos. You cannot do that when you're taking video. You're gonna break your 180-degree shutter rule doing that. So in order to work in bright environments, you wanna make sure you have a ND filter. Cinema cameras, more expensive cinema cameras, will actually have ND filters built into the camera, so you don't have to carry these separately. But because I'm on a Sony A7C, it's a hybrid camera, you do want to make sure you purchase these separately. Now the last things I carry in my bag are going to be promotional material. If I go down here, you're going to see I have business cards. So this is my business card right here. People really like it. The logo that's in black is actually glossy. And then on the back, you have your QR code that goes to my Linktree, my website, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. So this is really handy. I always hand these out as much as possible. And then over here, you actually have my stickers as well. So these have been great. I got these from stickermeal.com. They make really high quality stickers. And this is again some of the AI artwork I've been working on. And people look at these and they're like, damn, how'd you make this? Very carefully, that's how I made it. And then last but not least is my sister company, I'll put it that way. So EVAL Entertainment mostly focuses on music videos and things of that nature. So for anyone that wants any video or photo more for business or personal reasons, so these business cards are actually pretty crazy. So every time I hand somebody one of these, people think that I've handed them more than one card because they're so thick. And I don't know if you can tell, but they're actually sandwiched in the middle. There's a red stripe running through the actual card. And then same thing on the back, just like my EVAL Entertainment business cards, they've got a QR code that's gonna go to my Instagram account and my email as well. But this is content by EVAL. This is my other page for more business-friendly posts. And alright you guys, that actually concludes what's in my camera bag. As you can see, I don't like to carry lots of different things. This is a pretty small bag. I'll even throw it on right now for you guys. And I pretty much get away with just bringing this on most of my shoots. If I want to bring my gimbal with me, which I typically do, I'll put it in my car if I need to. But it's just a small suitcase that I bring alongside this. But this is going to be a majority of my equipment. As you guys can tell, I don't actually rig out my camera. I don't put a cage on my camera. I don't put a monitor on my camera. I don't put a microphone on my camera. I don't put anything on my camera. I just have the A7C, the Zeiss 55mm lens, and the gimbal if I need to. That's it. If you guys thought this was interesting, if you guys want to see more content like this, go ahead and drop a comment below. And also, if you're a videographer and you want to share what kind of things you think are mandatory and absolutely necessary to bring on a shoot, go ahead and drop that in the comments below. See you guys next time.
Eval Entertainment blesses your eyes.